The savanna sits precariously on the edge of deserts. The towering spires that dot this remote grassland are termite mounds. They can reach up to 9 meters high, constructing the savanna skyline. At first, you might overlook them among an abundance of strange and fantastic wildlife that lives around them. However, they are a critical support beam in the architecture of the savanna ecosystem. Researchers have found that portions of the savanna containing termite mounds are much more resilient in the face of water scarcity and form refuges for plants and animals. They create islands of land that other wildlife depend on. There is not enough precipitation here to support a forest, but summer rains and year-round warmth sustain life to stave off the sand dunes of the neighboring Kalahari Desert. In the few months when it does rain, storms are torrential. Catastrophic floods leave only a thin layer of nutrient-rich topsoil for plant growth. If soil is removed or depleted, recovery is difficult in the scorching, arid climate. Over-farming, deforestation, and climate change-induced fire and drought cause desertification of semi-arid regions like the Botswana savanna, decimating animal populations from elephants to insects. A patchy vegetation pattern is typically a sign of a deteriorating ecosystem, where water is increasingly scarce. But in the African savanna, scientists noticed a common feature in the clusters of healthy plant life surviving the dry landscape: a termite mound. In the driest periods recorded, vegetation away from termite mounds decreased by 30%, yet persisted on and around the termite mounds. This food source helps large mammals survive harsh conditions. What makes a termite mound a miniature oasis? Millions of termites live in a single colony, requiring ingenious urban planning. Termites don't actually live in their mounds, but under them, in labyrinthine subterranean metropolises. Tunnels run through the neighborhoods of the colony and out from the mound to allow foraging without exposure to the harsh environment. The porous, spongy design enables more water to permeate the soil, capitalizing on rare rains. To prevent tunnel collapse, termites re-engineer the earth. Chemists deposit clay into sandy earth and sand into clay-heavy soil to create the perfect construction material. It holds more water and is more resistant to erosion and depletion than other savanna soils. This starts a cycle of plant growth and life, critical in the savanna's long months of drought. The mounds also contain high levels of decomposing organic matter, releasing lots of nitrogen and phosphorus into the soil. This makes a delicious and nutritious meal for plants. Grazing animals like zebras, impalas, and elephants prefer the gourmet grasses that thrive around termite mounds. Carnivores follow their prey here. Mounds can serve as lookout towers to scan the flat savanna for a potential meal. Far from threatening the plant population, termites eat what no one else in the savanna can. Their food supply comes from a symbiotic relationship with bacteria. Termites scavenge wood, lichen, and even dirt, impossible for other animals to digest. They store what they collect in a large chamber right below the mound. Here, microbes break it down into a termite feast. You might be asking why these industrious creatures expend energy building mounds just to live below them. Well, conditions can get a little stuffy underground. Termite mounds act like two-way chimneys, a system of gas exchange for the nest to allow carbon dioxide out and oxygen in. One termite colony collectively consumes oxygen at a faster rate than one of these full-grown water buffalo, so it needs a powerful set of lungs. The porous surface of the termite mounds controls the nest temperature, protecting termites from the heat of the savanna sun. Other animals, like leopards, love relaxing on the air-conditioned mounds. The smaller sides of the mound face the sun at midday, so less heat is absorbed. Cool air enters the ground vents through wet mud and at night, sweeping through the nest in tunnels and rising out through the chimney as it warms up. The mound's pointy tip catches breeze, so the warm air blows away. The Eastgate Center in Harare, Zimbabwe, uses a termite-inspired ventilation design instead of air conditioning, consuming only 10% of the energy of other commercial buildings its size. You might have noticed that termite mounds come in dozens of shapes and sizes. Unlike human skyscrapers, termite mounds are dynamic structures, continually rebuilt to meet the oxygen and nutrient demands of the colony. Termites constantly add or close vents for temperature control. During the summer flooding season, termites build their mounds above the surface of the water. They import clay from the surrounding region to strengthen them. When multiple mounds are in a small vicinity, plants begin to grow on them, forming new islands in the floodplains of the Okavango Delta. These little insects are creating new habitats with soils that are fertile and structurally sound. The existence of many savanna plants and animals is threatened by an encroaching desert. Fortunately, billions of six-legged engineers are currently working on a solution. Humans aren't the only animals altering the physical landscape of Earth. Maybe we have something to learn from the tiny architectural sensations of our planet, whose structures create life rather than destroying it.